You got a hall full of 300 plus people on a day in mid-July. You want to see the spare shirts. You want to see the Deodorant and Glutonny being a top player and also setting an example.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to start on FD. Once again, these two teams love Final Destination.
Yes.
They're definitely big fans of it. They obviously think that it's a good stage for both of them, enough that they've played on it 4 separate times now across 2 sets.
Yeah, no, this is yeah, definitely a solid, almost neutral stage pick for the two of them. You know, both teams benefit a lot from it, so we're probably going to see an awful lot over these one, maybe 2 sets. You're already seeing from, well, both teams here that they are getting these little combos. You know, we saw Gluto earlier on get a chomp, and then iStudying forward aired him out of it. That was the clutchest save. That was incredible. Just grabbing him out of that kill from Gluto, and we're seeing stocks flying here, and we're seeing quiK at ridiculously low % right now, considering how explosive this has been so far.
I think maybe one of the adaptations that Blue Team have maybe thought about during their time away, where they can adapt to this team, is that they are going to focus more heavily on light.
Yes.
However, even if you are going to focus more heavily on light, you can't leave quiK. He's gonna eventually build up that rage. He is gonna take that occasional nick, and ZSS with rage is a very, very scary character.
Yes, and and that's the thing, Sheik's got the frame data to kind of take on both characters, being able to throw out hitboxes here and there, and then quiK being able to sort of come in those clutch moments and be able to, that was the sweetest gimp that I have seen all weekend. We are seeing a lot of really, really nice kills. You got the little tap there, which took quick stock, and then you had the stage spike coming out from the down air, which then managed to take light stock. And you're seeing almost, like a sizable lead coming out here. Particularly with Gluto, ideally, living as long as he probably will. Sheik not being known for her kill power. We're going to see, Gluto maybe live for another 20–30% before that stock is taken. So they really need to take advantage of that and get as much % as they can. And also particularly, Wario, Rage, Half Waft, both of these characters at the ledge will probably die to a Half Waft at this point.
Absolutely, yeah. And what we can see here is actually that Blue Team, okay, now not anymore, but for a little while there, they did have a solid lead. Had Gluto been able to keep that stock and get an early kill, maybe on quiK, just to get that stock down, that would have been such a good situation for them to be in. That Half Waft is still going to come online, but are we going to be able to see them use it as effectively? Doesn't matter anyway, because Gluto just waits for light to throw iStudying away, and then immediately F-smashes him out of it. And that Half Waft is going to kill across the stage.
This is exactly what we have been mentioning. One thing which I'm liking about their team dynamic stage spike doesn't even matter, Wario's recovery being that fantastic. iStudying, from what we saw in this game so far, has been taking more of like, oh, we got footstools? No, nothing quite there. Unfortunately, iStudying being on the ledge there before, not being able to take advantage. We've got a situation here where iStudying is taking a back seat and Gluto's being the main aggressor. But Gluto, Wario being as heavy as he is, means that like he can be aggressive. He can take on both characters and still live to a crazy high %. So what you're going to see is probably
very nice confirm there. Very nice confirm. Okay, so I think that we're seeing that Gluto and iStudying have made the adaptations in order to bring this back in the grand finals.
Yes. Yeah, this is going to be pretty clutch. We're seeing both of the blue team really be able to get those early kills as well. Like the throw confirms to the up smashes from Greninja, obviously waft on Wario. And that's kind of an inherent disadvantage with the red team, particularly with a character like Sheik, where Sheik is not getting any early kills, bar the odd up smash. And the things with ZSS is that, bar her back air, her ladder combos that she's so well known for, she's putting herself into a crazy disadvantage state in order to do that.
And I think that this stage pick really speaks to what you were just saying there about how she doesn't want to be in that disadvantaged state for too long.
Yes.
Being on Dreamland with those higher platforms than they are on, well, no, they're not higher platforms than on Battlefield, but, you know, it is a much higher stage in terms of where it is in the blast zone.
Yes.
I do believe that we're going to see maybe some very interesting attempts here on kill confirms.
You're already seeing it with, like, you know, these footstalls coming out from Glutonny. I'm seeing Light go for a lot of, I don't want to say randy, but like a lot of preemptive up smashes, and it's not been working. And particularly when you play a character as safe as quiK, I feel like, you know, you're almost reading too much. And when you're playing against, you know, when you're in grand finals of an international, you're not going to get away with these sort of, you know, questionable up smashes.
And I think actually mentioning that, we're a whole game in and it's not something that we've mentioned yet. This is the grand finals of Albion 3. We need to be more excited about this.
We definitely do.
This is either the final or the penultimate set of Albion 3 for doubles.
No, you are absolutely right. We are watching, you know, 4 of the finest players in Europe here, you know, fight each other here to see who is going to be the grand champion of, you know, certainly the last UK major before Ultimate.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it possibly could be the last major of Europe before Ultimate, which, you know, we might hear news otherwise later on, but at this moment in time, you know, this could really define, you know, who is the greatest at the end of the game. You know, are we going to see that static team who have been teaming for a really long time clutch it out and prove their dominance? Or are we going to see a team of 2 very, very solid players who are solid doubles players as well take it anyway?
Yeah. You're seeing, you know, I'm seeing a lot of like the 2 1v1s on the side here. I've been seeing quiK has been, you know, racking up this percent on Gluto. I mean, Gluto getting the revenge there and still taking that stock. Oh, I really like what he went for.
Die there.
Yeah, going for that chomp off stage, going to drag quiK down with him. You know, particularly being at, you know, quiK being at much lower percent, it would have been very much a worthwhile trade. And look at the percent Greninja is on right now.
Absolutely. He's a really, all 4 people off stage.
Oh my goodness.
And actually, iStudying managed to gim Light there with his water, you know, taking him out of the up B, out of the vanish, and making sure that he wasn't coming back for that second stop.
Yeah. And what you're seeing with iStudying is that quiK has gotten like 2 grabs on him and didn't manage to secure the kill. It took a bouncing fish from Light at 200+%.
Yeah.
Really, really impressive stuff from iStudying, sort of weaving in and out, you know, playing incredibly safe, which you can afford to do right now.
Absolutely. So I think maybe there's also a little bit, you know, this is the first event of the day. This is, you know, this is the first time that people have played. Some people do take a really long time to warm up, but when they do warm up, they play at such a high level. And we're seeing that right now from both Gluto and iStudying.
You know, and it's these early kills that we have mentioned so many times with these characters. I feel like iStudying got the sour spot just to send Gluto over there a lot quicker, just to see if he could kill Light.
Get over there!
And there we go. You know, really, really solid stuff. And look, you know, iStudying was on 2 stock, low percent. And it wasn't even like, and Gluto didn't even have to share a stock. We are seeing, you know, just really solid gameplay, getting their confirms, getting their early kills. You know, I think quiK was at 60% after the hit from the waft. You know, ridiculous. And what we've got now is
the potential for the 3-0 reset.
Yes.
And I really think that Gluto is a very, very heavy momentum-based player.
Yes.
He's so... once he gets going, he's impossible to stop. It's so difficult to stop him once he's on that roll. And I think that if they can't slow his momentum with, you know, maybe taking a game before the reset or taking a game in the second set, this is just, we could see a very, very swift 6-0 here.
Yeah, this could spiral out of control, but, you know, the red team being as well established as they are, you know, they are, even if they use this set for data, I feel like if there is a reset, I feel like that game one is going to be incredibly, clarifying as to, you know, how the rest of this grand finals is going to go. But you never know. We're going to see it here. Red team obviously would ideally want to seal it out in this set as opposed to the next one. Be able to get on with their singles and also take home the glory here at Albion 3.
Absolutely, absolutely. So obviously we're on FD once again. You know, I think it's either 5 or 6 times in 2 sets now that we've seen this stage.
Yes.
And iStudying going for a very hard read there, but you were going to say something about this stage.
Yeah, I feel like, again, it's that neutral stage, and I feel like they've had success with the stage before. You know, and it means that, you know, they're not getting these crazy early kills off the side, off the top. You know, it's just, you know, you've just got to play solid, and that was a really nice forward smash coming out there from Gluto.
Absolutely, and he was trying to go for that follow-up. Oh, is that going to I thought that was going to combo there. He could have gone off there, I think, to get the water gimp. Oh wow, Gluto just rides on through and gets a kill on light there.
Yeah, you're seeing, you know, oh my goodness. I was expecting something dirty to come out from Gluto there. Luckily, Light having the awareness to get back on stage. You know, going for these footstool combos, however, you know, the hectic nature of doubles means that you can't have that almost delicacy that is, you know, the footstool combos from Wario. Oh, I thought Gluto was going to let that one go, considering, you know, quiK gave him the air dodge. Never mind. Doesn't need to wait for the air dodge when iStudying is there to hand him straight over on the silver platter. quiK losing that stock pretty early. And again, you're seeing the same dynamic as the last 2 games. You've got Gluto going in as, you know, the more aggressive player. Greninja, despite losing that stock, was at 140%. You know, this is really, really just solid stuff. Their team roles are so apparent in their gameplay.
And I think this really speaks to the first set in the Cloud pick, in that I think that because, you know, what you were saying about Gluto's unfamiliarity with the character. Okay, yes, he's very good with the character and he's got very good fundamentals. However, he can't go in like he's going in with this Wario. He's able to play that forward roll, that roll where he's giving everything. Constant pressure.
Yes.
What we know Gluto for in this game. Wow, that was a really great gimp there from Light.
Ooh, lovely air dodge read there, taking that stock. And we are seeing, okay, we're going to see quiK take that stock. I was going to question whether, you know, considering that Sheik was at high percent on the 2 stock, whether they would let it play out as the 1v1. However, you know, this is...
So the idea is that having 2 people is always better than having 1. Even if you are on a high percent, you know,
yes,
if you've got the other player to sort of back you up and make sure that you're not in that dangerous position, as long as something really, really dangerous doesn't happen, I think that quiK just saved iStudying.
You know, giving him that second lease on life. You know, iStudying living to 129% here. Something that we saw in this game that we didn't see in the other 2 was that actually, all things considered, you know, Greninja's been dying relatively earlier. Not like insanely early, like we've been seeing some of these kills coming out from Gluto, but I believe second stock he was only at around 100%, which, I mean, for Greninja, you'd be like, well, that's standard fare, but considering he's been living to, you know, 140, 150, 160 most stocks.
Yeah.
And it's proving, you know, it's paying off in dividends for the red team as they take this game 3.
Absolutely. And I think that we need to see iStudying go back to playing that supportive role, making sure that, you know, when Gluto is going all in, as he is so good at doing, that he is safe. Because, you know, if he's not got Gluto, it's just so much harder for him to actually get things done.
Yes.
You know, Greninja is a good character, you know, he's a solid character. However, you can't account for how solid Gluto is as a player just on one person's skill alone.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are seeing, you know, we've seen Red Team really take this stage control. At one point there, having both members of the blue team sort of off stage fighting to get back on. And you're seeing it sort of in the percents as well. You're seeing that, you know, Red Team are, you know, they're playing this a lot more solid, attempting to get those earlier kills instead of waiting for, you know, the higher ranges here. As you can see, nearly, I think like the back air may have been slightly stale, considering that he tried to kill Gluto with it a little bit earlier on. It didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
You know, ZSS's back air being an incredibly strong move, but Wario being a heavy boy.
Very, very heavy. And so it does look like the red team are going to take the advantage in this fourth game once again.
Yes.
How do you think that we can get blue team to bring it back? Something like that is definitely going to help.
That's a good start. That's a good start. I feel as if, you know, we're seeing a few more 1v1s coming out. I'm not sure whether this actually benefits the blue team all that much. I feel like they're getting like maybe a few, not as many team confirms. And like in that game 2 where Gluto got that waft and killed Sheik at some ridiculous like 60%. It's moments like that that really help the blue team pull ahead. And what you're seeing now is that they're not quite getting the kills as early as they would like. And like, look at quiK, he's on, you know, he's still got all 3 of his stocks, and Gluto is nearly about to lose a second stock. I'm not sure about that second bouncing fish there from Light.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with you, and you know, I think part of that plays in the fact that of the tools that these two teams have. Obviously, you know, you do have, you know, the bursts of really great kill power for Wario and Greninja. You know, they have moves that are going to confirm. They are going to make sure that they get that kills, but those tools on the red team are more consistent.
Yes.
And they are constantly there, and they are constantly a threat. And because we're, you know, as you were saying, because we're not seeing those early kills, we're not seeing the, you know, we're seeing the exact consistency of these two teams in the fact that, yeah, okay, both the blue team may be living to those late percents, but
yeah, if they can't secure those kills, then it doesn't mean too much.
No.
And, you know, I've seen a couple of times, I saw Greninja do a back throw.
I thought he was dead.
Oh my goodness. See, it's little situations like that. If that kill, we saw the sparks. You know, Zerasu at 50%, and that would have put them, you know, into a decent lead, or certainly back into the game here. But because it doesn't quite work out, we're seeing that, you know, blue team at a pretty hefty disadvantage here. Gluto really needing to hold on to this stock, otherwise it's going to once again be that 2v1 situation with iStudying in the middle.
Absolutely. Oh, and
Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. There it is. And, you know, 3 stocks on red team, and we're seeing, you know, again, that level of consistency. And these static teammates, they know all their combos in the 2v1s.
Absolutely.
You know, and again, 2 of the safest characters in the game here, you know, being Sheik and ZSS. Like, I'm not sure, you know, you saw that side B coming out from iStudying, but again, like, they're not going to go out and challenge it. Why would you go out and challenge a recovery that could kill you when you can stay on stage and ledge trap instead?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that both of these characters are extreme. Oh, the SD.
Unfortunate.
But ledge trapping is definitely red team's strength. You know, you've got the entire Sheik ledge trap flowchart that he can run out there and do all different things that cover all of these different options, and then all ZSS has to do is sit there and charge down smash at the ledge.
Yeah.
You know, and you've got all of your options covered. It's something that's really, really potent for the red team. However, that only counts in the 2v1 situation. We are at the game 5. This is possibly the last game of doubles at Albion 3. If blue team do want to take it into another set, into the grand finals reset, what stops can they pull out to make sure they get there?
They need to, you know, we saw in games 1 and 2, you know, and we've spoken about this so many times, the two things, the early kills and the late deaths. They haven't been getting either of them. Particularly last game, there were a lot of, and I mean, we're talking early kills in terms of around the region of 100% here, because of this is how long they have been living. And it's just, it's been so, you know, difficult for the blue team when they're dying at 100% and they're not getting these confirms. And, you know, and again, like we're saying, you know, when, what you were talking about with consistency, when the tactics of the blue team work out, it's devastating.
Absolutely.
And when it doesn't work out, it's so hard for the blue team. Going for that air dodge read there, I'm not sure if that was going to work out for him. But, you know, this is relatively even so far. ZSS having the ever so slightest of percent benefit right now. You know, we're seeing Wario throwing his bike around, hoping to get, you know, the stun that the bike puts you in. It's like, it's a lot of damage, but it sends you nowhere, which is perfect for Wario to come in and then get some kind of confirm off it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a very good down air there from Gluto, sending Light away. He's hoping to get that kill. He's hoping that, you know, we've seen iStudying's awareness in doubles, his ability to track where everybody is on the screen at one specific time.
Yes.
He's hoping that he picks up on it. Oh, and speaking of awareness, quiK showing his awareness in seeing what position iStudying's going to put himself in and adapting to it and getting that kill.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, and the fourth row being there, very nice stuff there. Obviously, Sheik being a crazy high percent anyway, but it's enough to keep them in this game. You know, you don't want to let the other team rack up that little bit of percent, because, you know, that 40% you take before the stock goes, it adds up and it adds up and it adds up, and then it turns from percent to stocks, and it turns from stocks to games. And in this case, it might go from games to sets. So it's so important that you get these kills as early as you can and don't let that percent rack up.
Absolutely. I think if they can get this kill on Light right now, you know, they've got him separated from quiK. Never mind, they're going to kill quiK anyway. If they can get an early stock from one of them right now, I do think that he's got that fully charged WAF online at the moment. If they can get one of them off the stage with it and make sure that he dies.
I did not realize how high a percent Greninja was at. That's actually quite difficult, particularly, you know, not quite being enough to take that stock so far. But, you know, yeah, Gluto has got that clutch factor in the waft. I'm not sure they're going to try and use it on... I was going to say, I'm not sure they're going to use it on the Sheik at the moment, because Sheik's kind of getting towards that kill percent, and particularly at this point where it's that clutch difference between a reset and going home in second place. He's going to wait for, you know, the clutchest moment, I predict.
Okay, so it is a relatively even game, especially now with that waft killing. I know you were talking about how they don't want to use it online. However, a stock is better than no stock. You want to make sure that if you can kill someone, especially in this erratic game mode, you do as often as you possibly can. But unfortunately, iStudying having some poor DI, dying, and now red team really are in.
That was a really, really, really nice up smash. I like that a lot. You know, even the charge on it. You know, ZSS dying at like 95. That was really nice.
And, you know, it's not an early kill, but it's definitely a kill that if they can keep Gluto's stock on now, they will absolutely be able to take this game. We need Gluto to be that stock tank that he can be. You know, he does have the talent unfortunately not going to be able to there.
Yeah, you could see the pressure from Light and quiK just being there. You know, Light almost floating around and forcing out an option, and then quiK being able to react to it. Really unfortunate for Gluto. Oh, that was clean. And this could be, that could be the clutch play that they were looking for. iStudying saying right now, you know what? Gluto's normally the clutch person. Watch me.
Watch me, yeah. It's my time to shine, you know. I get a chance now. It's completely dead even now.
My
Who
goodness.
is going to take this? Are we going to see Red Team be able to take Albion, or are we going to get a Grand Finals reset right here? Good water from iStudying.
This is it, and who's got the nerve? You know, this is, both of these players have got to be incredibly nervous right now. You know, at one of the most clutch points. Oh, not quite. Being sent a little bit too high there. Not being able to quite seal out of that up smash. We're seeing quick pressure him at the ledge. Is that enough? And there it is.
Pressure at the ledge, and we are going to see Light and quiK take it. Very good play from both teams, but iStudying just not being able to clutch it out.
Look at the pop-off there. Absolutely incredible. Holding his nerve, taking it down all the way to the wire. And a